Hey, it's Mopar Keith. Join me as we install a classic auto air system on this 1969 GTX 440 4-speed. So here's the kit. We've got a lot of other parts that the customer needs installed. So we're gonna get going on that today. All new heater box, air conditioner, new condenser. All right, so we got some boxes open. Here is a cart full of goodies. There's your AC and heater box. It's gonna have the evaporator and the heater core in it and the blower fan. Here is the wiring. There's your compressor. Now this is why I really like Classic Auto Air. This guy right here. This is a purpose-built control center that fits exactly in the dash where the factory controls go. This is what really separates Classic Auto Air from any other retrofit kit right here. This is the money. Module, and here's a condenser. So Jerome's getting the brackets ready for the condenser to go in, and I'm disassembling the interior, got the seat and console out. So the next thing is to get the heater hoses off and get the nuts off the firewall and disconnect the controls from the inside, and the heater box will come out. All right, lots of disassembly that has to be done on the inside of the car. So on the GTX or Satellite, you get this extra chrome up here. We're gonna pull that whole entire switch plate out of there. This is a radio delete car, which is extremely rare for a GTX. So that radio faceplate delete it's pretty rare. And we're gonna eliminate that aftermarket tack, and we're gonna just keep pulling this thing apart. We've got the heater box pretty much ready to pull out. We've got one more brace. It's actually undone, but it's still tight, and it's ready to come out as soon as I get some more of this trim off. All right, so I got that old nasty heater box out of there. Here's that new heater control or HVAC control center. There's the old one. So there's that. Drone's making pretty good progress out here. Evaporator's mounted up. Pipes are ran for the high pressure side, and working on the compressor location. There's the lower crank pulley that drives the AC compressor. All right, so we've got the gauge cluster ready to come out. We have a new one for that. These Plymouths are a real pain. You gotta take the switch plate out and take the pad off, and then you can get to that. All right, the AC box. Let's go over here. The AC box is installed. Fits really nice. It's smaller than the original by a long shot. Here's the firewall. Here's your two AC lines, your heater core lines. And right down there is the AC water drain. We have the mock-up pretty much done. Jerome's got the condenser all mounted. We've got some pipes run already. I was working on the compressor earlier, and the fan spacer, as you can see there. We've got bracket, idler, got the heater control valve piped in, and we've got the heater box already installed. We've got the dash completely disassembled because we're also doing a gauge cluster with tachometer. And there is the classic AutoAir switch panel, and Jerome's getting it wired in. And there's the heater box already installed. All right, a lot of work done on the classic AutoAir installation this week. Between this one and the e-body kit, we have done several of these over the years, and they just continue to put out a very good product. Super happy with the way the brackets, hoses, wiring, and everything comes together. The way the condenser pipes flow really nice. Everything's pretty tight. Got some cushion clamps there. We got high pressure lines. We've got plenty of air filter or air filter base clearance. I believe this would also work well with a 6-pack setup, and they also offer brackets for small blocks. So with or without power steering, everything's included in the kit except for the belt, and they did give me a good part number for the belt, and it was on the first try, so I just called up the local parts place. 50 3/8 inches, and nice and tight. We've got lines coming off the compressor. They run along the inner fender wall here. We utilize the heater hoses and just cut a space there for the heater control valve. We've got the accumulator, or sometimes called the receiver dryer. Here is the template used for cutting holes in the firewall. It adds a couple holes for the evaporator, and then it also adds a water drain hole. One of the other things that Classic AutoAir has developed and perfected over the years is their switch plate. Total electrically modulated, no cables, no vacuum lines, and this thing fits exactly where the factory one would, and it looks good and fits great, and it's all run by micro switches. So it has really smooth controls. Module box behind the radio there. Now this is a radio delete car, so we decided to mount all the modules and wiring right there. Here's your HVAC box. Heater core and evaporator are in there. High flow fan, all modern controls and electric actuators. And another nice thing is it's small enough that the glove box still fits perfect. Now we still have to run the vents and the air ducting, but we'll get that done tomorrow. Here's an example of the vents that go underneath the dash, and there's 2 that go in the center and then 1 on each side. And here's an example of a short run of the air ducting tube. So that does it for now on this Classic AutoAir system. All right, and so for whatever reason, I have misplaced the video for the end of this build. Here are some pictures of the interior. We have the gauge cluster down on the bottom with the air ducts in place. Here's a picture of the engine bay fully complete. And here's a video of it running outside.